Got a lot of stuff to get into about Trump, about all of these executive orders, about the NFL, about All-Star Weekend in the NBA. The list goes on and on. And of course, my nephew Josh is coming on the show to irritate the living hell out of me, but that's a different subject till later. Right now, we're going to get started in the nation's capital, where President Trump continues to make headlines in his first few days in office. Trump signed at least 24 orders, many within hours of swearing in as the 47th president of the United States. The orders range, from a number of issues, including immigration, civil rights, and canceling DEI policies. We'll get into all that in a moment with my next guest, Elliot Honig. But for now, I want to talk about a congressional resolution that could give President Trump, dare I say, a third term. One of Trump's top congressional allies, Tennessee Representative Andy Ogles, introduced the resolution last night. The amendment would say, quote, "No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than 3 times, nor be elected to any additional term after being elected to 2 consecutive terms. And no person who has held the office of president or acted as president for more than 2 years of a term to which some other person was elected president shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice," end quote. So you see how they're being slick, right? What they're trying to say essentially is this, y'all. Trump, if he had gotten back-to-back terms, we wouldn't be trying to alter the Constitution of the United States. But because he left office in 2020 and it was interrupted by the Biden administration for 4 years, and now he's back in office, you should be allowed to get consecutive terms if that's something that you can pull it off. If you got consecutive terms, we ain't talking about a third term. But if you got booted out of office and then you're allowed to come back and you win off because you win office, you should be allowed a third term. Here's my point to the conservatives out there. I thought y'all were always about what's in the Constitution. The Constitution of the United States of America talked about 2 terms. It didn't say more than 2. It didn't say back to back. It said 2 terms. So once again, here we are pointing out consistencies, hypocrisies, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I've gotten in the Democrats' backside over nonsense that they've done. You think I'm going to let y'all off the hook? I want to see how many Republicans are going to stand up and try to promote this. That's when people start mentioning words like authoritarian and oligarchies and stuff like that. That's when the comparisons to the Putins and others come into play. Because the stuff that's anti-American being proposed in America is being a part of the Constitution of the United States of America, when you damn well know, as y'all would say, that was not the intent of our forefathers. That's what y'all would say. That's what y'all would say. So I just wanted to point that out. But while I'm pointing that out, let me tell you, while many folks on the left are absolutely apoplectic over such a suggestion by Representative Ogles, and they say, here we go again. Donald Trump has already handed down about 26 executive orders in the first couple of days. Hell, Obama only did it 2 times. Biden did it 9. He handed out 26. And oh, by the way, not only did he do that, to show you, reading right from the Wall Street Journal, falling out of President Trump's good graces is an occupational hazard, all right? But this looks like a new low. President Donald Trump reportedly has ordered an end to security protection for 3 former advisors who are living under threat of assassination by Iran. John Bolton, longtime Iran hawk, who was Trump's national security advisor in 2018 and 2019. He said the Secret Service called him on Inauguration Day evening to give him the news. In the summer of 2022, the Justice Department charged a member of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps with planning to kill Mr. Bolton by attempting to, quote, pay individuals in the United States $300,000 to carry out the murder in Washington, D.C. or Maryland. Trump removed his security detail. That wasn't the only one. Former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. Trump also revoked his protection, along with his former Iran envoy, Brian Hook. 2 sources told the Associated Press Pompeo and Hook were told of the loss of protection on Wednesday and that it took effect at 11 p.m. that night. So not only did you tell them that the security detail was being revoked, you revoked it the same damn day. Didn't even give them time to hire a bodyguard or some security protection. It's like you're asking for them to be murdered. I mean, what are you doing? So you're doing that, right? This is what we have to look at. And I'm just saying to myself, oh my Lord, this is Donald Trump. This is the kind of chaos that I was talking about. Wasn't the only kind, but this is part of that. So I'm just looking at it right now and I'm just saying, how low will this man go? And that's where we are. With that being said, back to my original point. I'm not as upset about it as some of you might think. You want to know why? You want to know why? Y'all being slick. Because you talked about how it's not legal for anybody that served back-to-back terms. You get the note, you get the nugget in that language. Because I was going to say, that means Obama can run for a third term. That's what I was going to say. President Barack Obama can run for a third term then. But you notice how in the language in the proposal, you're talking about anybody who had back-to-back, administrations, serving 2 terms, back-to-back. You couldn't run for a third term after that. You couldn't get a third term at any point after that. So you notice how that language eliminates the possibility of Obama coming back to haunt him. Obama against Trump. I wonder what that would be like. I'm just asking. Obama against Trump. What would that have been like? You know how Trump likes to troll people? Dog him out and stuff like that. What if he had tried that with Obama? As smooth as Obama is. You see how the whole Trump dance, right? Remember that? He gonna outdance Obama? The sizzle and the pizzazz, the chemistry, the cachet that he has with some people. You think he was going to eclipse Obama with that? I don't know. All I'm trying to say is that when y'all mention a third term, what came to my mind before I saw that language was, does that mean Obama could run for a third term? Because what would that matchup be like? Anyway, time to move